Hello, everybody. It's Coding Clarity here to talk about another really exciting way to do website development. Um, if you can see here, I have a little website kind of devoted to the coronavirus, however you want to talk about, and kind of just my experience with the virus itself. So this week, I was kind of experimenting with a HAXCMS. It's kind of a relatively new way of doing website development. And originally, I was not a huge fan of it. Um, sure, it's not as messy and hard to follow as Drupal, but I felt that it at times was a bit tricky to manipulate some of the different tools, which there are a lot of tools and I'll show them as well, but I thought it was kind of difficult to manipulate these kind of tools to develop the website the way I wanted to see fit. I often had to mess around a lot, and honestly, I didn't try to even use a lot of the tools that were available just because it often started to mess around with some of the original text that I had on a page. Um, I'll give an example. So if you see here, I have videos plus some fun personal stories. Haven't fully edited everything yet, but edit page content. You get a lot of stuff. A lot of this you will not even need to use. If you go to add content, there is just so much here to work with, which is great. But you click on image and you have so many more tools, layout, configuring. If you upload a page, a file, I'll just throw in a file I have on my computer. Ignore if it's anything weird. Uh, sorry. I don't want to spend too much time looking at pictures and stuff. So you have a picture here, right? Ignore this. This may be me, maybe not. And you can drag it around and you have an option up here. Great, right? But if you want to put in between here, won't happen unless you split this up. Now this image, right? You want to edit it. You think that'd be easy. I still am having trouble learning how to edit this image, and I've spent a lot of time. You can do height and weight, height and length and such on here. Layout, you can move to left and right and center, and you can do this to align it. Oh, okay, well that does do some of what I was saying in scaling resizing, but you'd be surprised how much more is in here that you'll never touch. And that's my first major complaint with this site. I mean, with this HAXCMS. I think it's just a bit too, it has a lot of different tools, but you won't use the majority of them. And I think that's where things become difficult. Now, this is only my first time working with this, so I could be just a novice, which I am, but I do feel that when it comes to editing site settings and such, you just need to do it on your own and figure it out. And you won't use everything that's given to you on here, but everything you do need, I will say, is here. You just need to figure out how to ignore the, I would say, 2/3 of the tools you probably won't want, and just know where to look for the 1/3 that you do want. That'd be like the best way to sum it up. Now I showed you how I added a picture, but let's say you wanted to add a new page. You click new, add new page, give it a title, and it would open up on here. It would show you a new page. Again, this is only one type of theme. I went with the very simple blog theme just because I wanted to give a bunch of little resources to motivate, bring some positive thinking into this whole coronavirus situation that's happening, because to be honest, majority of my friends are online friends. And so when I want to reach out to them, I really can't, meet up with them, talk it out. Plus meeting up in general is not great now, but I can't really do a lot of the communication that I would love to do face to face with anyone right now. So a website is perfect. I put one of my favorite animes here, Haiku. I think it's a really inspirational anime all about dealing through different adversaries and dealing through a lot of different trauma and rising above. It's also just very upbeat anime, minus when people lose, but that's life. And what I threw in here was just a bunch of different things that I've thought were interesting. There's facts, links, just a whole bunch of exciting stuff. Now, if anyone has any questions about, also this is exciting too, if you're trying to just, throw a bunch of different resources into here, I want to show you could indent stuff. I actually want all of these to be indented as well. Can use duplicate. There's just a lot of very useful tools in here. I will say that. I just always felt that some of the tools are tricky and you need to just mess around and figure out what works best. Now, a couple of the really cool things I like are the inclusion of just putting pictures and headers, and the fact that they kind of do the rest for you and you don't have to do as much work. If you saw some of my earlier videos, you would have seen how difficult it could be sometimes to put in just a picture at the bottom of some text. And now you get things like this where you get a little GIF and you get a little message and that's a page, and then you have a bunch of pages, and it's just, I don't know. I find it very easy to use in most ways. I just think that if you decide to use HAXCMS or something equivalent to that, that you just got to make a website like this one, test things out, say to yourself, what do I want to add? And then mess around with the tools enough and you'll make sense. Of course, there'll be trial and error, but I like also how easy it is to just edit different pages and it doesn't screw up all pages. It's not like one of those things that carries over. It's a very user-friendly site, I will say that. I just think that they have a lot of tools that you may not find very useful. There's not much more I wanted to add besides please check out my other video if you're dealing with any of the stresses surrounding coronavirus. I'll put this link to this little website that I just created, the last day or two in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please stay safe, wash your hands, and just be on the lookout for more videos. I'll be uploading hopefully a video a week unless some things change. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.